Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for December 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations, so if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using guide chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. So let us start your reading, and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who's coming in towards you. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know regarding their love life at this time? Can you please show them the way? Well, the first card there is the community card, so I definitely see you being more active in your community, whether that is leaning into friendship or whether it is you getting more active when it comes to events and getting yourself out there to be seen in all your glory. You're not going out there to be the center of attention. With the community card, you want to blend in and just have fun in the moment with the people you really care about. But also the coffin has shown up for you. So a lot of you may feel like your love life is completely over. It's dead and done. And a lot of you also may be closing out a chapter of your life regarding somebody where you are no longer feeling the same about that person. You've outgrown them. You feel it has naturally come to a conclusion. May have been a very painful conclusion there, but you feel it's time in order to heal, release, and, go out there and live your best life, because this is your life. And I do see at the end of your energy there, two contracts, soul contracts, you and a person. So you are meant to meet a person in your future, but we just got to see how you're going to meet this person. It has been challenging, I can see that. But your first card there, of course, is community. The people that are in your life right now, they really love you, and they may actually, wonder, why are you single? It's because you're aching for something real in this world, something that perhaps you have not been able to find with another person, because you are authentic and you are true and you expect people to come towards you in the same energy that you offer. That is one of the lessons you have to learn in this lifetime, and I feel like you have been learning that lesson. Not everyone gives back to you in the same way that you give, which is challenging to accept. But when you do accept that on the universal law terms, then you change your vibration to attract a person who can give you what it is you desire in a relationship and offer you something real. But we cannot expect, okay? We can give and then notice, observe. If there's reciprocity, and if there is not, it is a redirection and a protection so that you move towards something greater that can give back to you. And of course, the community energy, there's a little child there with a hoop. Some of you may have been in a cycle repeat with a person where you have been so bonded to this person, it got to the point where they kind of expected you to jump through their hoops, but they had a bit of a rude awakening. You may have shut that down, distanced yourself, and thought, no, I'm not getting involved in that. And there may have even been circumstances in your past, if you've been in a high-level commitment with somebody, where there was interference by friends, maybe even friends who had feelings for your person, or maybe even family members who had an expectation upon your person. There was some sort of interference in previous relationships that was literally out of your control. okay? But it was the universe's way of saying this is a test and a lesson for you to value who you are, what you have to offer, and recognize that there is a person who aligns with your truth, who is strong enough to walk by your side, okay? So this period, the protagonist energy, you're focusing on your family responsibilities or connecting to your soul tribe. It's number 39. So you've been in this suspended state. When you reduce that, that is number 12. Hangman energy. So it means you have been waiting. Your love life has kind of been put on hold. Don't get me wrong. When you walk into a room, you have a lot of natural gravitas. You attract a lot of attention, but you are not attracted to the people that perhaps have been surrounding you at this time. You're looking for that spark, that, je ne sais quoi, that, fire in your soul that says, I've met the one. So you may feel that there has been a deficiency right now, and you're just leaning into living in the moment with the people that you care about. But also community indicates a desire after a long period of time. Perhaps you've been in hermit mode for a while. It's time to get yourself out there and enjoy the moment, enjoy the company of like-minded individuals. Now, when you decide to go out with friends or family, you're there to live in the moment. That's who you are. You don't go there to be searching for the one. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I really feel this is a wonderful energy to be in. But also, I feel like you have some grandparents in spirit. Now, not everybody may have this energy, but it feels like a very mature energy on either side, guiding you to the right person who deserves you. Not what you deserve, someone who deserves you because they see you as awesome, someone who brings the light. You are a light bearer. You are someone who transforms a person. And you may have recognized that in the past, if you've been in high-level commitments or even in friendships, you tend to transform them, give them the power of possibility and the belief in themselves. And they take and they take and they take. And you may have been pouring into other people's cups and actually depleting your own and never giving back to yourself. You tend to lose a part of yourself in each relationship. And that doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. So I feel like there's two people in spirit. I mean, there's a lot, but two main people in spirit right now. They feel grandparently or maybe even great-grandparently. There's definitely ancestral energy around you right now, protecting you, but also guiding you to a person who is meant for you, okay? Now, in the resistance position, we've got the coffin. So this can indicate that you had a very abrupt ending of a previous relationship that you've been grieving. And I feel like you've been closing out a cycle, leaning into friendship or leaning into fun in order to forget about this person, take the lesson with you, but close out a chapter there. But ultimately, whoever I'm dealing with here, for some of you, you may feel like your love life is over, it is done, and you cannot see how you're going to meet a new person. But it is divinely contracted that you will meet a person and settle down with that person. We got the courthouse. This is to make something official. So there's two contracts there, and I do see in your future that although you've had challenge, you will find your soulmate and they will discover you. In fact, both of you are kind of sourcing each other's frequency right now. So you may be feeling things shifting a little bit. Number 19 is, of course, the sun energy. You've been put on pause on purpose to find your own happiness, enjoy your singlehood, and step into that independent wild side that you have there to explore life. Okay? It is, as I said, in the resistance position, and that means your love life is not over. Okay, in fact, it's only just the beginning because that's the equivalent of the death card energy. So a lot of you are breaking free of old habits, old expectations, cycles of repeat, toxic energy. You're shutting things down to embark on a new transformative pathway that is going to lead you to meeting the one. So I would say this is a strong energy of making something official, but also like a marriage contract, soul contract, and the courthouse can also indicate for some of you, if you've been closing out a high-level commitment, you've just been cleansing that from your energetic sphere, but also some of you, if you've been going through a divorce, you're waiting for that to be finalized before you can actually move on. But ultimately, I feel a lot of you are on the precipice of change here and you're about to meet the one. So let's get to your Celtic cross to see the journey here of what is occurring for you and the pathway you will take to meet this new person. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know regarding love right now? I mean, a lot of you have given yourself to your responsibilities within your family unit or your soul tribe. We have the Five of Wands. You've been under a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. It feels like you've been going through a major gear shift in your life, a lot of change that you've been navigating. Five of Wands also indicates you kind of like brainstorming a new way of putting yourself in a position to find someone that really resonates with you. You need someone who likes to challenge you in a really positive way and vice versa. You're not meant for a dull and boring relationship. You know, you're meant for sparks, for the excitement, but not where you get involved in toxic relationships in order to feel alive and have that drama in the moment. Because I feel a lot of you are trying to close out drama, but you may have experienced a lot of people in your life who bring the drama to your door and you're like, no, I want to close that chapter. But the Five of Wands also indicates an energy of freedom to explore differences in people. Maybe even looking at, you know, different places to meet different people. Because I also feel some of the experiences you've had in your previous relationships, you may have noticed that when you're in a relationship with a person and you love them, you are so deep when it comes to a loving relationship. Suddenly you see people who are attracted to your mate because they're looking at you, my beautiful Scorpio, going, wow, Scorpio is awesome. What has this person got that Scorpio has chosen this person? They must be like incredible. I want that. So you may have experienced people who rivaled you or wanted what you have in relationships and tried to, you know, tempt your person away or try to be in competition with you in some way. And this is something that you had to resolve within yourself. The right person will never stray from a relationship. They will always be by your side. But there's been some sort of conflict that you've navigated in the past there, because that Five of Wands indicates rivalry. And you may have even had people who came into your life that you loved and they tried to trigger jealousy within you because they felt like they were not enough when they stood by you. They felt that you outshone them in some way, and you're just being you. You're not doing that on purpose. You're just being your wonderful, authentic self. But I feel like you're changing your approach to the sort of people you fall in love with and where you frequent in order to find a different kind of person, okay? Now, you have been going through a lot of change and a lot of challenge in the recent year is what I'm seeing there with that Five of Wands. But the Nine of Cups indicates you're not the sort of person, especially the position of the card, you're not the sort of person who settles in a relationship. You're looking for, you know, someone who fulfills all your needs in a relationship. So you're happy to be celibate or you're happy to be in a solitary energy until you find the one, okay? And there often is a misunderstanding around Scorpios where, you know, people feel like Scorpios are always lusty, they're always on the hunt, they're living in the moment, they're like completely surrendering themselves to excess. And yeah, Scorpio can do that and does experience that in their lifetime because they came to experience the highs and lows of life in order to understand transformation. But a Scorpio normally reserves their energy to find the one who sparks that something else in their life, that magic. And that's not present in every encounter you experience. Now, everybody is magical in their own way, but you have to meet a person's frequency where it does something to you in a very special and unique way. So I feel like you are the sort of person you like to be yourself, and you may have been even accused of being flirtatious and leading people on when actually you're just you. You're just doing you. Normally, when a Scorpio really, really likes a person, I probably shouldn't give away any secrets here, but I'm a Scorpio as well. I notice within myself, I go a little bit more quiet, a little bit more observant. The mystery kind of takes hold, and I don't really realize I'm doing it, but I realize that when I look back, I have kind of withdrawn my energy because I'm like, oh, I'm about to fall in love here. I can feel it. I'm drawn to this person. Now I need to protect myself a little bit as a self-preservation mode. And then suddenly I yield myself to the whole of the relationship. So when a Scorpio likes you, you kind of know, but it may not be in the exact form that you imagine it to be. So I just feel like you've been misunderstood in relationships with people, or even been misunderstood by people in general when it comes to relationships. For example, you may have acknowledged that friends, because you're single, they feel that you have the power to take their partner, but you're not even interested in their partner. So you may feel sometimes you're shut out when it comes to events and things like that. So that's coming out there very strongly right now. These two cards are together, my guides have said. That is so unusual. So this must be a rare card in a deck when my guides say that. So I haven't checked out that card yet, but I'll have a check on it in a moment. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. You've been called right now to really recalibrate your life and find happiness within, to find confidence within yourself. Yeah, you're being guided, protected and guided. Look at that. There's even an ancestor on that boat guiding the person. Six of Swords means you've been through a rite of passage. You've meant to be, you know, in a single energy on purpose, to focus on your life mission, to focus on your life's purpose and your calling. But that Six of Swords indicates that you're in a transition right now towards something better. You are trusting in the unknown. You're aware that, you know, you're coming out of a very challenging time. I almost want to see what's on the other side, so let's go and have a look there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? 10 of Swords. So you've been guided towards an ending of something. I'll show you that card in a moment. It's a little bit risque. YouTube does not like that very exposing, risky card. Okay, so we have Prince of Pentacles and we have the King of Pentacles. Ooh, two people here. Two people. Differences in ages there is what I'm seeing. So you will have a choice. The Temperance card is there for a reason, meaning you're going to meet a person who's a little bit younger than you, and then someone who has more experience in relationships as well. But someone who's all in is what I'm seeing. But you're going to get a message from someone who is serious about a long-term relationship. So you're going to meet someone new, basically. But let's get to your first card, which is the Five of Wands. Things have been a little bit clunky. Okay, Saturn is present in this card. It means you've had a lot of like strict energy on you. You've been focusing on your projects. You've been focusing on your stability, your home life. Saturn has been teaching you a real harsh lesson, okay? And it has been a little bit challenging but unfair, okay? Now, interesting because the Five of Wands is present, and then we have two people present at the end of your energy, which tells me there is rivalry for your affection. There's going to be two people who are going to vie to be with you. They're going to fight for your attention, okay? And you get to decide, but people don't realize, people do not fight for Scorpio's attention. And this is not an egotistical thing. You could have like a million people fighting for your attention, my beautiful Scorpio, and they may be all over there, but there's that one person over there that's like different. And you're like, oh my gosh, who's that? I'm falling in love with that person. You tend to be a person who goes for the understated, the person who is not obvious, someone where you have a quiet, intense, passionate connection with that person. There's a smoldering energy. Yes, you need someone who's got confidence, someone who is strong enough to walk by your side, but you are someone who, big displays of affection, normally you kind of look at them like, what are you covering? What are you running away from? I want to see the authentic truth of you. I want to see your quietness. I want to see your stillness. I want something real. I don't want the bravado. Yes, you want someone who shows you with action that they're in love with you, but you want the truth of a situation. So with this Five of Wands energy, this is a calling right now to look at where you feel a lot of pressure, where you feel that you are focusing a lot on your goals and your dreams, and where you have space to allow someone in. Because ultimately this is your card and it starts with you first, but also this is an energy where you may be looking at the dating scene where it's very transient in this time and period that we're living in right now, you may feel that, yeah, there is a lot of attention coming your way, but who is true blue? Who is ready to be in a committed relationship for the long haul? Because that's what you're looking for, looking at this energy. And that Five of Wands can indicate if you've been hurt in the past, or you even have not had a previous relationship when it comes to love. You could be very conflicted. You want to be with a person, but also you had to learn what you have that others cannot offer in a relationship. You have to recognize that you are a gift and that you are someone who, you shake things up a little bit, and you need someone who is okay with that and complements that energy. Five of Wands, I kind of love the Five of Wands because that can indicate that, opposites attract, which means you need a person who's not a yes person, but someone who is going to call you out on your stuff, and you can call them out, and it's not the be-all and end-all of a relationship. You need someone you can debate with. You need someone who, it's almost like, that very sarcastic love language where it's competitive in a really sexy kind of way. I feel like you're trying to connect to someone who just understands your love language, okay? Not someone who shies away from it. And I also feel a lot of you have been going through a bit of an inner battle as well, because you may have been conflicted about a relationship in the past. Someone from your past who keeps trying to re-enter your life, they cannot let you go. Okay, but that's not fair to you because it draws you back into their frequency and keeps you wondering what if. Set yourself free. What if can last a lifetime? And are you willing to waste your time on a what if? It's time to get real with yourself, and this could be the inner battle of letting go of a relationship or an experience that just tends to go nowhere and doesn't value your presence in their life, or someone who's not emotionally available to step up and give you the life and the relationship that you truly deserve and desire to connect to, okay? So with this Five of Wands, I feel a lot of you have projects on the go. It's been a hard slog and you need to get everything done. And at the end of the day, then you're exhausted and you don't have time or space for love. So it can be that, yes, things are going to come together. It's a little bit clunky, but you have to acknowledge what it is that you're wishing for. The Nine of Cups is a wish come true. It indicates fulfillment. Most importantly, it's fulfillment within yourself. And if there's a bit of an inner battle, some of you super independent, self-assured, you don't need anybody, but you want somebody, especially when you're deep in thought there. And I mean, you got the Justice card again. It's the equivalent of the courthouse. You have a soul contract with a person that you're about to meet, and there is reciprocity with this person. Someone where there is give and take. But the Nine of Cups, you had to really get clear on what sort of person you want in your life. Do you want someone who disrupts your life, brings chaos, is inconsistent? I mean, most people don't want that, of course, but you may have attracted that in the past. And this is something you had to cut cords with there as well. The Nine of Cups, in this position, you read the reverse as well as the upright. And I feel like you may have met a lot of people who wanted a quick fix from you. They love your magnetism. They love the mystery that surrounds you, but they can't handle you. Got to be honest there. The Five of Wands is like, you're wild in your spirit, and you're not looking for someone who tames you. You're looking for someone who can run wild with you. And not many people can keep up with you. Let's face it. That's the honest truth of it. It's not me blowing smoke up your you-know-what. So you need to get clear on what it is that you want. Okay, and that Nine of Cups indicates you will be fulfilled, but you had to find happiness within yourself first before you could share your life with another. Now, on the earthly plane position, we have the Fool card energy. This is exciting. A lot of potential here. You just want to have fun, but also it means that you're ready to take that risk on love again, especially if you've been hurt in the past. You've been resolving some issues within self, making some adjustments in your life, because a lot of you, you're really busy. You're overworked, you're tired. You may also feel that there's always some sort of challenge that puts a spoke in the wheel, and there's always something that derails you from really focusing on love. But the focus should really have been about yourself first, to recognize that you are a magnet in a state of attraction, and you are the one. And someone is searching for you. Okay, so it's two people who are the one coming together in order to share a life that complements each other, and you look in the same direction, wanting the same goals. Because you can love a person to the very core of your soul, and they can love you back. But if you both have conflicting ideas of what your future looks like, the things you want in a relationship, family, no family, where you want to live, where you want to travel to, all these things need to align for you to be with the right person. But you will align with the right person where there is investment in a long-term relationship that you feel secure in. But the Fool card is taking that initial first step. Now, of course, the Fool is to be set free. So a lot of you healing something from your past, but also it is adventure. It is about trusting in the unknown. It's about entering into the dating world, and you don't have to be out there searching for love. It can be that you're just getting out there to have fun, because the Fool card is very playful. No attachments to outcomes. You're just going to see how it goes, and that's exciting because this indicates that there is a new beginning here, a new journey, and love is about to find you. And I feel there is a shift within you. You're optimistic about what is to come, and you're just being your wonderful, authentic self, and that is when you find the right person. You just have faith that you are you, and that is your superpower, and you're just going to have fun. And of course, you're taking a chance on love again, and you have fresh new ideas of where you'd like to be, because a lot of you may be conflicted with where you frequent. So you could be going to like places, bars, discos, I don't know if they're a thing anymore, clubs, art galleries, community centers. You may be going to places with friends that you always go to. 5 of Wands can be that you feel like you want to do something new when it comes to this Fool card, but you may be doing things with family and friends that you always do, this familiarity, and you don't mind that, but from time to time you want to do something a little bit different. So this could be you called to do something different where you adjust some sort of event or activity, or you just spontaneously, because the Fool card just acts out of spontaneity, does something bold, daring, and different. Now, with that 5 of Wands, some of you are challenging yourself to do something, a certain goal that would really fulfill you. For some of you, it's getting more active. 5 of Wands is my gym card. So it could be that you're joining the gym or being more active down the gym, or perhaps you are getting more active walking a pet if you have a pet. For some of you, it could be that you want to do something creative. You want to get more involved in the community. You're challenging yourself to step outside of your comfort zone to do something where it brings people together. It's going to be niche for all of you. So whatever you're interested in, I feel this is the first step to either booking it or doing it, because you are transforming your life right there. The Prince of Swords, of course, is an energy of communication, but also it is new ideas. Now, I want to pull a card on this because, of course, there is some residual energy here. So just in case you're going to hear from a past person, I want to pull a card on this. A lot of you, if you've not had a past person, this could be someone from your past that perhaps is going to invite you out to something. But that Prince of Swords, Page of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so basically there's an energy here of you adapting to change or responding to your circumstances differently. You're feeling a little bit in a funk with the way things are. And the Page of Wands indicates adventure, purpose, acting on a hunch, on something that you should do spontaneously. But also it is messages. So I would say that there is somebody that you know. Now, I'm not saying it's an ex. I don't see any ex cards here, although the 8 of Cups is there, so you may have walked away from somebody. There is someone here who perhaps they feel you've turned your back on them, or you just couldn't deal with this, or it was something that didn't work out. 3 of Wands, Page of Wands. This person, they are very passionate about you. You may receive a message from someone from your past, because I'm actually clarifying a past position there. There's a message here with that card. And this person, they will kind of tell you that they see a future with you. Okay, now there's no surprise cards here, so perhaps you already knew that this person would do something like this. The Justice card, I feel like you may do what you feel is right for you in the situation. A lot of you are very guarded. You're out there having a glow up, shining your own light there, and you just want to be free from the situation because you've walked away from something here. I feel like you've gone through a major period of awakening and personal development and growth, and I feel like you're leaving something behind in your past. This could be a person, but they're going to keep trying to re-enter your life unless you block this person, I guess. But I feel like you will have a choice, and one of the choices is this person, But because the Three of Wands is shown up there, I feel like you're looking further afield. You're looking to the horizon for new, okay? Page of Wands energy is a loyal mate who basically is very supportive, someone who is new. Pages tend to be kind of new energy, okay? But you've got this Prince of Swords that I am clarifying right now, and this is the equivalent, of course, of the Knight of Swords. So someone who tends to have a goal or a mission, someone who rushes on in and doesn't think of the consequences sometimes, is impatient. They want your attention, and they may use words that trigger you to get your kind of attention there. They confront you with their feelings, and then they kind of like run away. Sometimes, not all the time, but this person, they tend to make very rash decisions in their life. They've been doing a lot of thinking, of course. They're trying to make some changes in their life, but looking at your energy, I feel like you've been there, done that, and I feel like you are just looking to the future right now, and you don't see them in your future because they've not shown up for you truly in your past. I feel like you really just desire something real, something raw. And this person, whilst they may have been that at one stage, they tend to sabotage and get in their own way. And you are tired of waiting for this person to show up. So now you're showing up for yourself and you're doing what you feel is right for you. Now we have the Justice card. It is your presiding card, which tells me a lot of potential for you to meet a person where you have a soul contract. You'll marry this person, but I feel on a personal level, you're making major adjustments in your life and you're doing what is right for you right now. You want someone who is honest and true. As I said, right at the beginning of your reading, you are aching to return to something real right now. And this card is it. This is reality. This is someone who is raw and honest, who tells you the truth. Even if it may hurt, they would tell you the truth. But this new person, their intention is never, ever to hurt you. So you're getting someone who is loyal, someone who is balanced, someone who is careful with your heart, and someone who is very thoughtful indeed. Now this person, they may have had some sort of period where they worked for the services or in a legal position, because there's a lot of legal energy here. But more than anything, I feel that you are meeting a person that you have a soul contract with. It is divinely guided that you're meant to be together, and you will get married to this person if you want to get married. I mean, that's your prerogative, but the Justice card is a card of marriage or some sort of legal binding contract that celebrates a union. And of course, we've got the courthouse there as well. But we've got the Sun energy, allow yourself to be seen. That's in your next 6 weeks position. So this is you getting out there, leaning into friendships, going to events, going to things that bring you joy, and setting yourself free from the past so you can have fun. And as soon as you do that, you will be seen in all your glory and you return to happier times. But I feel you're going through your awakening where you're trying to simplify your life and you just want to be happy. Most importantly, happiness is something that comes from within. You've learned that your happiness does not reside in another. It is not tied up within another. You are responsible for your own happiness, and the person you meet complements your life. You are whole all by yourself. So whoever comes into your life is a welcome addition to your life. But the Sun energy indicates a blossoming between people. It is a relationship card that indicates clarity. Suddenly you see the person that you're meant to be with. There is a happy ever after energy with this card. There is success and two people growing together. Okay, a relationship that finally goes somewhere where you can actually see your future with this person. Now we got the Ace of Swords. Ooh, so some of you are going to be talking to someone new very, very soon. If you haven't met someone already, you will be talking to someone quite soon. There is a breakthrough energy with this. There's going to be a lot of meaningful coincidences about this person and this situation as well. Lots of omens, numerical synchronicities. Look out for the signs. If you're already talking to somebody, I feel like you may be wondering how this is going. I feel like you're growing together. Okay, very organic energy. I feel there's a sense of purpose to get to know each other, and you blend into each other's lives really well. But there may be this period where, because there's an Eight of Cups here, either of you may go away on a vacation, or there may be, a moment where there's distance, and you may be kind of giving yourself an opportunity to reflect. It does come with a very unique card. Thank you so much, I'm so grateful. My guys just said, this is the lesson. Ooh, it's going to be a challenging energy for me. I just felt it hit me right there. Okay, so you have, oh my gosh, I just realized the synchronicity as well. This morning, it's so, well, it's not weird because I love everything that happens. When I woke up this morning, I'm a Scorpio. This is why it makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense in terms of a relationship reading, but when I woke up this morning, I woke up and the word I had in my mind was Boabab. Okay, so that came through there. And then it was Boaz, Yakin. Okay, and of course, that is the high priestess energy right there. So you have the two, they were all connected, and I was wondering how it is connected, but that is the universal lesson. And you've got the Eight of Cups, which is an energy of when you are not satisfied, do not hold on too long to things that do not fulfill you. That's the message. So that was a message for me this morning, my personal message. And I was like, okay, I'm not sure what that's about. But, being a Scorpio, I understand that sometimes we give people second chance, third chance. We give people an opportunity to step up. We want to see the other side. We try to understand. But sometimes we hold on too tightly or too long to a situation where we should have learned the lesson, should have let go and honored ourselves or trusted our intuition or our gut instinct and released. Sometimes it's hard to let go or release for a Scorpio. That is a lesson. So now I get it. Mine was for a very different circumstance. Yours perhaps is connected to love. Okay. So this is the universal lesson because this is a universal card. Very interesting deck, this one, but it says severity and mercy. So this can indicate that sometimes when someone does something to you that is quite severe, you'll have one or two reactions to it. I mean, normally when you're disrespected, my beautiful Scorpio, you shut down and you cut and run and you're done. But when your heart is engaged, of course, you can shut down and try to sever a cord, but then there is this moment of mercy where you start to overthink things and start to give a person the benefit of the doubt to try and understand where they're coming from. Make sure that you do not lose yourself in order to make other people feel comfortable. Okay, that's just a message that's coming through. It may not resonate with all of you, but it's something that's just coming through. Please don't shoot the messenger, but I had to honor it because it has come through there, okay? But back to your Ace of Swords, a breakthrough. Okay, so this means a lot of you who have lain dormant over the past couple of years or even months there, you are going to be having a breakthrough and talking to a new person who just gets you. Head and heart aligned with this person. And if you are talking to someone already, there's going to be a bit of a break there, okay? And this person, the measure of this relationship will be if they remain in contact whilst they are away, or vice versa. I mean, if you're going away for a month and you forget about this person and you don't message, then that tells you something, right? And if your person goes away for the holidays or whatever and they don't message you at all, I get it. People are busy, right? But it takes a couple of seconds to check in and say, hey, I miss you, thinking about you, or, you've been on my mind, or even a conversation. So just be aware of the dynamics there. But the Ace of Swords indicates that you've been learning your truth and you're about to have a breakthrough. Now, Eight of Cups, it tells me a lot of you are walking away from generational wounding. You've been in a period of review and reset. Okay, so this could be something that you have been transforming, but also you've been learning to walk away this year. This is the year of the snake, a year to shed. And Scorpio, you came to this lifetime to transform. So that Eight of Cups indicates that some things that perhaps once felt aligned with you have been shifting and shedding out of your life. Friendships, experiences, places, they just don't feel the same. But also I feel this is the journey. And a lot of you are changing direction in the sort of people that you frequent your time with or the sort of relationship that you want. This is a restart. Whoever walks away on the Eight of Cups, they don't know where they're going. They can't see the future unless you have the gift of sight when it comes to being a seer. And often seers, they cannot see for themselves. They can see for a generation. They can see for certain people, maybe for the world sometimes. And of course, often they cannot see for themselves because they are protected in that energy, unless it will be really detrimental to themselves. But the Eight of Cups, there is literally a void there. So You have that eclipse. So a lot of you may have eclipsed your dating life in order to go seeking something more satisfying for your soul. And of course, you have the Nine of Cups there. So I feel right now that you're leaving it in the hands of fate, that you are destined to meet your soulmate. There is a wish being delivered here with that Nine of Cups, but you had to do some soul searching right now about your family lineage, about your journey, your spirituality. You know, these are the pillars of the divine temple, and the divine temple is you. So this is about who you allow into your life. Are they bringing a positive influence, or are they draining your energy? Energy vampires do not get access to you, and I feel like you've been learning this lesson throughout all of your relationships. And this year has been a major message for that, okay? Now, we do have the Temperance card in your hope and a fear energy. You hope to meet someone who is aligned with your sense of purpose for your future, but also the Temperance card is balance and harmony. You want someone who complements your life, not someone who disrupts your life and turns it upside down. So I feel like you've been very patient, waiting for love, waiting for the right person. But it is here, doing this pause, that you've been called to focus on your purpose and your calling. Okay, so I feel with this energy as well, a lot of you have been healing psychological wounds from previous experiences or something from your family unit as well there, which is very hard. But you've been through some stuff and the path is being made clear, and this is the hope. Of course, the fear is meeting someone who disrupts your energy, causes chaos, comes in and disrupts your life and then leaves, because you are building a life where you want less drama, you want to feel secure in your circumstances, and as you mature, you want different things in relationships. Now, your outcome energy, if I can get the cards, let me just scooch them up here. There are two people in your energetic sphere. I can see it. Your first card there is the Six of Swords. You're being guided to the right person. Trust your intuition. You're also coming out of turbulent times. Now, some of you may expect that things are always just going to be the way they are, and that love is not going to find you, or that you'll meet a relationship that just repeats a cycle. But nope, you are going to meet a person where it's new energy. Just going to cover this Ten of Swords. It's a little bit risky there, but that Ten of Swords indicates the end of a cycle, the end of something that was painful. And for some of you, if you're feeling vulnerable when it comes to relationships, because you tend to feel that they're very exposing, to let someone in, especially if you've had challenging experiences in your past regarding love, you may be grieving a part of your life as well that you feel you've had to leave behind. But what you are about to embark on is so much better than what you're leaving behind. There's a new beginning here, but a lot of you are resolving things within yourself, but also managing intrusive thoughts to recognize that you deserve love. Because you give so much of yourself, you deserve a person who gives back in reciprocity. A lot of you may also find it hard to believe in love again, because the Ten of Swords can indicate a betrayal that is being worked out in your energy right now, and your ancestors are helping you through this and guiding you out of that choppy emotional water into a more calm energy where you can believe in love again, okay? Now, your next card is the Prince of Pentacles. Now, Prince of Pentacles is an energy, of course, of learning, but also it's a person, so it can indicate that there is someone who wants to offer you a commitment. And what I'm getting from this person's energy, I feel it's connected because we have two princes here, okay? So it tells me it's the same person from the past, someone who wants to invest in the present moment, but this person has low self-worth that often was covered with bravado, where they tried to trigger jealousy within you, or they were feeling next to you low self-worth. They struggle with confidence, this person, and they feel that they don't have much to offer you, but they wanted to give their all, and then their fears got in the way, and then they withdrew, or they were very stubborn, very set in their ways. They couldn't change the way that they are in a relationship. Old habits die hard, but they do die if you really work on them. And this person did not really work on them, but I feel like they can't let you go. They cannot give up on you. So just watch out for this person. I will pull a card on this Prince of Pentacles, because this can also indicate an energy of learning. being curious and putting yourself out there to go on a course of learning or paying for an event that puts you in a position to meet a new person. You have the King of Pentacles there. Now, this is someone who actually is mature enough to know what they want in a relationship, someone who invests in a relationship from the very beginning, someone who is strong enough to walk by your side. But I am clarifying the Prince of Pentacles, and we got Seven of Swords. Someone who is emotionally avoidant, someone who tends to come on in strong, maybe ghosts you or just disappears, or is a little bit loose with the truth, is very private to the point it borders on secretive, and you kind of discover their secrets anyway. You just wish they would just tell you the truth because you know it already. But sometimes you may just watch and let them spin their web, as it were, and you're like, you know what, I know the truth, because the Justice card is there. It's like, I see you, okay? I'm just waiting for you to come good. But Seven of Swords indicates you could repeat a cycle with this person, and anyone from the past who just could not step up and continues to just frequent the same vibration, you know, protect your energy against this. The Six of Swords indicates you are protected, and that's why, you know, it's been a rite of passage for you to learn a lesson that you are worth more than this, okay? So learning about value. Now we have that King of Pentacles energy, okay? Someone who, when they see you, they literally are captured by you. They are enamored by you. Someone who, as soon as they see you, no matter what they have in life, because this new person who's about to come into your life, they've actually got quite a lot, okay? They're self-made. They're very, I would say, wealthy. I feel like they are doing really well for themselves. They're very intelligent. This person, very serious as well. This person is someone who's very settled, a homemaker, someone who is very private but allows you in, someone who's down to earth, someone who's responsible, careful with your heart, enjoys the good things in life, someone who can be very concerned with how you feel, always asking you, very thoughtful. And also, I would say that this person, they make an effort straight from the very beginning. You just know that they are reliable. They are someone who will always be there. And you can build a life with this person, okay? But no matter what they have in their life, they see you as the most precious person of all in their life, okay? They celebrate you. So they could have riches, diamonds, castles, this person, that's what's coming through in their energy, but they've searched their whole life for someone like you, for a love that you can offer, because you are electric, you are exciting, you have a lot of depth to you, and you're honest, and you come with authenticity, and what you see is what you get with a Scorpio. No game playing. And they've been searching for that, and they've found it really rare, and you are a rare find. And this person, as soon as they see you, it's like they're all in. And I feel like you are as well. They have to capture your heart too. And I feel you and this person, I know it sounds like such a movie, but when you see this person, your eyes meet. There's something about that electric moment where your eyes lock, that there is electricity that runs jolting through your soul. Like finally you're home. Finally you found the person, and finally you know. No second guessing, no games, just truth, honesty, loyalty, togetherness. And I feel like you finally find yourself returning to something real with a person who offers you that authenticity. So I feel you could meet this person at a place where you learn a lot, where there is excitement, but also I feel like you go to a place where you challenge yourself. It's definitely a different place than you usually go to, or it could be that you're doing something different at a place that you usually go to. But we've got I am fearless. That's with that Fool card right there. That's about you stepping into your truth, taking a leap of faith, and believing in love again. I am blessed. You have to find that happiness within yourself first, of course. Gratitude will attract you to a vibration of bringing more things to be grateful for into your life. And finally, I reveal my truth. Yep. You want something real. And you can be really honest with this person, this new person that you're about to meet. And you can tell them everything. You can share your secrets with this person, vice versa. I feel like both of you will actually have no secrets from each other. Both of you are going to reveal a lot of things within the first time of meeting each other, and be so surprised that you're both so open with each other, because you both feel safe. You both give each other a platform to just be. Plus, there's a lot of chemistry there as well. Okay, so I will leave that there. I hope something resonates. I'm going to go and get you a trinket or a room before we close. Oh, look at that. So we have the seed of something that grows into something really healthy there. You're going to grow with this person, but you had to nourish yourself, give back to yourself first before you could give a part of yourself to another. But this is a fresh new start. This is the beginning of something that will truly blossom. And look at that. There is a stem there, but 2 leaves, as you can see, either side. So I feel like opposites attract. This person's very different than your usual type, but I feel like you both attract each other and grow all together and have a wonderful life together and plant roots, basically. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates. Thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.